Well, since many of you asked, we are going to play a game of Smash or Pass. Backyard landscaping if your dogs use it as a potty edition. Is that weird? Yes. But when you scoop dog poop for a living, things get weird. So here we go. And let me remind you, this is only my opinion as a professional pooper scooper. I have seen, smelt, and scoop poop in all different composition yards. So take it or leave it because you know what they say about opinions. All right, first up we have pea gravel. Smash. I love pea gravel. Super easy to scoop the poop. I think it works well with dog urine. It doesn't really smell and it's easy to sanitize, deodorize. And I think it looks great. I think you could play around with it with greenery, flowers around the gravel, but having the dogs use just this area. I think it works really well. Next up we have rocks. I believe these are called river rocks and it's going to be a hard pass for me. If you have small dogs that have small poop, you're most likely going to have to glove up and hand pick those because they're just going to fall in between all those rocks. In this particular yard, there's a few larger dogs with larger poop, and even with that, it can get super difficult, especially if the poop is not solid. Because somehow, some way, the poop falls in between rocks and it's just super hard to scoop with my rake and bucket. And then when it isn't solid, I'm taking rocks with me to try to get all that poop and it gets super heavy. It is very easy to sanitize and deodorize, so I'll give it that. And next up we have mulch. Smash. With conditions. I say conditions because I personally really like the black mulch. I think it looks really nice, especially in this photo with the pavers and the lights and the greenery, and I believe that is pea gravel in the middle. But I don't like red mulch really at all, and I've seen that in a few yards. Brown mulch is okay depending on the color of brown. More to the darker side is nice, but again, that's all opinions. It's a smash because it's super easy to scoop up poop even when it's not solid because you could take some mulch with you. It's not heavy. I also think that it works fine with the dog urine odors because it's a natural material. Another condition when it comes to mulch is that because it is a natural material, it can grow a white sticky fungi, which some people, if they notice it, won't like that, but it is very natural for that to happen, and it actually is really good for the soil once it breaks down. I did have a customer email me very upset one time because his landscaper said that there was a buildup of dog poop that we were not scooping in the mulch, but indeed it was this white sticky fungi, and the landscaper probably should have known that. Next, one of the most common backyard compositions, grass. But it's also a pass for me. Don't hate me, let me explain. A quick reminder that I am in San Diego. It is like a desert out here with this weather. We hardly get rain. It was 82 degrees today in almost November. Meanwhile, it was snowing in other states. So you have to keep that in mind with why I have this opinion about grass. Grass is very high maintenance. You have to mow it. It has to get watered. The sun just beats down on it and burns it. The pee from dogs burn it. Poop, if it sits too long, burns it. So it just doesn't make sense to me to have grass out here in San Diego. I think it's a waste of money, and let me show you why. So this is one of our customers' yards with the sweet little doggy. But if I told you that they just put this new grass down a few months ago, would you believe me? Because they did. And now you see all these burn marks. I'm not exactly sure, probably from pee. But it's also very flooded in one area because of the watering. So I just don't recommend it. And here we have artificial grass, turf, whatever you want to call it. But it is going to be a pass for me as well. The stinkiest yards that we service are typically the yards that have artificial grass. Even with pet infill, they can get super stinky because of how hot it is here in San Diego. Constant sun beating down. I feel like the pee just doesn't filter properly in these yards, and it's really stinky, and it's really unfortunate because I think it can look very nice and clean. It's also a pass for me because a lot of times poop sticks to the fibers of this turf like glue. So I am scraping, hacking, pulling to get the poop off. and that could pull the fibers up, and it's just super difficult to clean up. And then if you have soft stool, it just like mushes. It mushes into all the grass fibers and everything. We do spray those spots and sanitize and deodorize, but it can get pretty messy, and I am not a fan. I also recently saw this article showing concerns over synthetic turf, so do what you want with that too. Last but certainly not least, this is decomposed granite. Hard smash. My absolute favorite. I think it is the easiest to scoop poop from. I think with proper landscape design, it can look really, really nice. They have different colors of it. I just love it. And when I have a house one day, I am definitely going to consider putting this in my backyard.